Hi friends, hope you are all doing good. Today I am going to cover one topic from the list of items that we discussed earlier on how you differentiate your skills, like how you can differentiate your skills or what is the developer ecosystem. Because these days with a lot of competition in the market, it is not just enough for you to learn some programming skills, be it Python or Java or Ruby or Go or .NET, any programming language. That is not enough. You also need to have a complete understanding of the ecosystem. So I have done a separate video discussing about each of these items. As you can see, like total 15 items I have listed on how you can differentiate your skills or what are the expectations from any enterprise organization these days, from any software engineer or software developer, whether you are a beginner or a seasoned IT professional having some 5 years, 10 years of experience. It is essential for you to have all these skills and then showcase also, because the last item that I mentioned here at the bottom is, see, it is not just enough for you to have the knowledge. You should be able to showcase also by doing some projects, sharing your code repository like GitHub repository, all those things. So if you did not go through this video already, if you want to know some details about any of these points, I encourage you to go through my previous video available in the list on this channel, where I have discussed in high level detail about all these items, right? How do you differentiate your skills? So one item here that I want to pick up from this list today is use of virtual environments, because I have mentioned in that video previously that I'm going to cover each of the topics 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe not in a proper order, but because again these are not in a priority order, right? Because I cannot say that like cloud platform, though it is 12, so I'm not saying this is of 12th priority or advanced topics is of 14th priority and all these are important. So they are not ranked or prioritized list. These are all list of items that you must be aware of if you want to get a job or if you want to accelerate in your career, getting promotion and all. So, and also to build your own confidence level, right? So they are not listed in a specific order, but I just want to pick up some of these items and then based on the timing that I can get, I was just planning to do some videos. So today I'm going to cover this particular topic, which is use of virtual environments. So let us just get started. Again, this is applicable to Python, right? Again, in the context of Python, I'm covering here. So let us just see what is a virtual environment. So I'm assuming that you already know what is Python, how to write a program in Python. Again, if you don't have any idea, I have some videos, right? Python, start Python in 10 minutes and all those things in the same channel. You can just go through. But assuming you have some knowledge of Python, you know how to write Python programs and all. So I'm sure you must have written some import statements, right? Whenever you write some Python program, not for basic thing, but some of the advanced programming, you must have written some import statements where you are importing some modules, libraries or packages, whatever it is, to consume in the current Python program. So when you write those import statements, why you are writing is because you want to make use of the objects that are available in the corresponding libraries and packages in your own program. That is why you are importing. Most of the libraries or majority of the libraries will come bundled along with Python installation. When you install Python, you get all the packages, whatever based on the Python version that you have installed, you get the list of packages out of the box. This is called Python standard library. So as part of the Python standard library, you get some packages where you don't have to do a separate installation, but there are some packages where you need to install them separately, and then so that you can work with them, right? So because they are not available as part of the Python standard library. So for that, again, there is a pip command that we use, which is a Python package manager. Pip install is the command that we use. Again, Yeah, let me know if you are not aware of PIP, and if you want me to do a separate video on PIP, I will do that. But I'm just trying to understand the concept that there is a PIP tool that is available, which is a package manager which you can use to install the packages, list the packages, all those things. So here we are not talking about PIP. Here what we are talking about is a Python virtual environment. So when I install Python in any environment, so I may have multiple projects, project 1, project 2, project 3, and different projects, and I may need different versions of the libraries, right? I may need library version 2.1 in project 1, whereas I may need 2.8 in project 2, and then I may need a different version of the same library. So if you want different versions like that, or I'm just experimenting, right? I don't want to install all the packages onto my laptop or work environment directly. I just want to do some experimentation with some new packages, and I want to work on them, and then once I complete my work, I want to delete everything. So it is not easy to do that when you are not using a virtual environment. So virtual environment is essentially an isolated space, right? So here virtual environment is an isolated space. That means independent environment, right? That will help you to work on your projects. Each project can have its own version of Python, its own version of libraries, all those things. So these are all project dependencies, right? We call them as dependencies because you are consuming some of the objects or features of that particular package, which we will see today. I'm just going to show the demo also so that you get a clear understanding of what I'm talking about. So you can set up your own libraries and dependencies without affecting the system Python installation, whatever you have installed on your system. So if you don't want to keep everything on your system all the time, if you want to keep a separate isolated environment, if you want to create them, then you can use something called Python virtual environment. Again, there are several options available. Like one option is virtual env command. There is a virtual env command that you can install at this tool, pip install virtual env, right? And then once that is installed, you can use virtual env command to create and manage these virtual environments. Another option is python -m vnv, right? But there is a module called vnv module available in Python itself. So you can run that particular module to create a virtual environment, which means you don't need to install separate other packages. If you are familiar about Anaconda is again a Python installer that is available. So there is a command called Conda that is available as part of Anaconda. So if you are using that, you can use Conda also to create these virtual environments. So there are multiple options available, but I don't want to make it complex for you guys. I just want to make it simple. So I am not going to install any separate packages. I will just use the VENV, right, virtual environment. So this is what I am going to use today, Python -mvenv, this command, right? But there are options available just for you to know, right? If you want to read more, if you want to dig deeper, you can always do that later. But just for a high level understanding, right? I want to give a high level understanding in this video. So I will just go through one example, how you can install a Python environment. So there are essentially three major steps available. The first step is you want to create an environment, how to create an environment. And second one is how to work with that environment. Once an environment is created, you need to activate that environment and work in that environment. That means working with that environment means you want to install whatever the dependent packages, libraries that are required for your project. And then once the work is done, the third step is deactivate and remove it, right? You can deactivate that particular environment and you can delete the entire structure so that you are not maintaining them all the time, all the packages on your laptop, on your system or work environment, right? So first step is to create a virtual environment. How do I create a virtual environment? Again, if I use this command python -menv, this is the syntax, python -m module virtual environment. That is what I am running, this particular module. And then you just need to give the environment name. You can give any name, whatever, dev environment, test environment or web development environment, analytics environment, based on whatever project that you are doing, you can give any name ABC, XYZ also will work, right? So you just want to make sure that you use some user-friendly name that you can remember that makes sense to you. So this is how an example command may look like, right? You can just do Python -mv and all those things. So this will create a virtual environment. What this will do, this will create a folder with the given environment name. Whatever folder name that you have, environment name that I have given, with this name, it is going to create a folder. So that particular folder will work as a virtual environment for you. Once the virtual environment is done, the second step is to activate the virtual environment and work with it. How do I activate? So once the folder is created, you will see some items automatically created for you inside that particular folder. I'm going to show it in a while during our demo, but what I'm trying to tell you is, so whatever the environment name that you have given, with that name a folder or directory will be created. Inside the directory there are some components that will be created for you, and one such component is there is a scripts directory that is available. So inside the scripts directory there is an activate command. The activate script will be available. You just need to run that activate script. This is how you need to activate the environment. So the first step is to install the environment using this command. Second step is to activate the environment. Then automatically once you run it, you can actually see that your command prompt will change, right? This can be done on Windows or Linux or Unix, any flavor of Linux, all those things. I will just show you in a while, okay? But I just want to complete the theory part and then go into the demo. So once the environment is activated, you can work with it by installing whatever packages, by writing programs and then install the required packages. And as I mentioned, pip install, generally this is what you will use. You can use pip install and then Django, for example, if you are doing a web development project. This doesn't come out of the box, right? With Python installation, this is not part of the standard library, because again, web development, you have Django, you have Flask, you have Sublime, so many options are available in Python. So you need to select what web development framework that I am using. Based on that, you need to install the packages. So you need to install them separately to be able to use them. So you can use pip install, or you can just list all the packages in one file called requirements.txt or dependencies.txt, whatever name, and then run all of them so that you can get all the things. Again, I am not going to go into the details of pip here, because as I mentioned, pip is a package manager for Python. But if you want me to do a separate video on pip, just let me know, and then I will try to do a separate video. But I will show you the demo today as well, right? So another thing that will be available inside that package is lib_site packages, because whenever you run a pip command to get the packages, to install the packages, all these packages will go into this particular folder, site-packages. So there is a site packages. Again, I will show you in the demo. Okay. So this is how you activate and then work with your program, do some experimentation, and once your work is done, you can keep it, or you can, third option is deactivate and remove it. This is optional, right? If you want to keep it, you can keep it. Otherwise, you can just run another script called deactivate. So there is another. So here we have seen activate script. So the scripts folder will have activate and deactivate. Both the commands will be available. Both scripts will be available. You just need to run that deactivate script, and then the virtual environment will be deactivated, and then you just have to delete the entire environment folder. That entire directory you can delete. How you delete a folder? It is based on the OS that you are using. If you are using Linux or Unix kind of environment, then you can just do rm command to remove folder, rm-f force, and then that entire directory structure it will remove, right? Or if you are using Windows, you can just run this particular command. /a/q is do not prompt. If you don't use this, it will prompt you. It will ask for the confirmation whether you want to delete or not. Okay. So I think think that's all the theory part. So let us go into the actual stuff, and here is the reference, right? If you want to learn more about virtual environment, you can just look at the Python docs. So now we are done with the theory. Let me just show you whatever we have discussed using a demo. So for that, I will just go to a temp folder. Okay, I have a temp folder that I have created. Let me just open my command prompt here. I will just move my mic a little bit. Okay, command prompt. Let me open command prompt. Again, you can use IDE. The best option is to use any IDE, but just to make it simple, I am using here my command prompt. So if I just go to cd/temp, right, dir cls dir, nothing is there, right? This is just an empty directory. As you can see here, nothing is there. So now I want to create some virtual environment. First of all, let me just show you why you want to create a virtual environment, because let us say I'm just writing some program, and today I will just probably write a program to display the world map using Python. How do we display a world map in Python, right? So to display something, maps and all, charts, probably if you are aware, you may know a library called matplotlib. Matplotlib is used. So let me just write a code, so write some code for now. I can use Notepad, TextPad, or I can use command prompt itself. Let me just use both, right? For now, I will just use command prompt. I will just say edit worldmap.py, right? This is the file, right? I'm just writing some code here. So I'm just importing matplotlib.pyplot as plot, right? Let us say plot. PLT is generally used, but that is fine, right? I'm just importing some matplotlib library, and then I will just create some figure here, just the draw area, the canvas area. So I will just say fig is equal to plot plot.figure, and then I will just give some size, figure size of or equal to 10,5. Let us say that one. That's it, right? This will actually create a canvas, a figure with that particular dimensions, whatever we have given, 10/5. Now we'll just give some title, plot.title. Let us say world map. I'll just name something, any title you can give, and then I will just say plot.show. Okay, display that particular map. Okay, now I will just save this. Control Q will help you save this. Okay, so now I will just run this program. If I just do Python worldmap.py, so here it is showing some error, right? As you can see now, it says matplotlib as plot, right? Module not found error. So this module is not found. That means there is this particular module is not part of Python standard library. You need to install them separately. So this is one of the case where you may want to create a separate environment and then maintain all those libraries there, and then you can delete it. That is neat and clean because it is an isolated environment. Now I don't want to install directly onto my system. I want to create a virtual environment and then install whatever dependency library. So what I will do, I will just create a Python -m env, what is that, virtual environment module. I will just run, and then let us say map environment. I will just give some name, any name, right? Map env. That's it. Now let us see what happens. So it is going to create a virtual environment as we have seen in the slide I have explained it. This is the first step I am just creating. So if we just do dir, you can see that there is a map env available, right? So map environment, let me just go back here also, I can just show you. So this is the Python file I have created and map env. Inside map env, multiple things are created for you automatically by the virtual environment. What are the things? If we just go to scripts, there is something called activate, deactivate, all those things, right? So here PowerShell file, batch file, these files are available, and then PAP is also available, right? So and then there is a lib folder. Inside the lib folder there is something called side packages. So side packages, if you see, there are only two packages available, which is a PAP, that Python package manager is only available, nothing else is available here. You can just, you don't have to come here, you can just verify from here also, but I just wanted to show you from Windows Explorer, File Explorer as well. So now Python environment is created for me. If I just do dir, I can just see that map environment is available. Now the second step, what is second step? Once the environment is created, I activate it, that's it. How do I activate? You just need to run that script in the scripts folder. If you just see, there is an activate. Right, you just have to run it. How do we do that? I can just from the current directory go into map environment directory and then go into scripts directory and then activate. Just run it and just observe the command prompt, what happens. So right now, if you can see the bottom here, it is C colon, right? It is just showing C colon. Let us see what happens once I activate the environment. See. Now if you see, there is a change. It is changed to my environment name. Instead of C colon, now I am in map env. That means I am already in the virtual environment. Okay, let me just clear it so that it is visible to you. So as you can see, the map env came in here. That means whatever is the virtual environment, that name that I have given. Now I am already in the environment, right? So now here what I will do is, I will just go into the environment. I will also copy my Python file also into the environment. Let me just do that from here. You can do it again from either command prompt or Explorer. I will just do it from Explorer. No, nothing is here. In this temp folder, I have only map env. So I will just go to map env. If I just do dir, you can just see that my Python file is available. And then whatever Python file I just copied, and then it has the scripts folder and other things that we just observed. Okay, so now the problem that we had is when I run my Python program, Python, what is that, world map, the problem that we had is it says module not found error, right? Matplotlib is not found. Now I just have to install it. Or how to install? You can just use pip install matplotlib, because it is not part of the standard library. You need to install it, and once the installation is done, I will show you that site packages folder. Inside the lib folder, it had only two directories, right? For PAP, but now after installation, you can see that the PAP is maintaining everything in site packages. This is true even for a normal, even if it is not virtual environment. Even if I am doing a general PAP install on my system, it will create in your Python installation location under lib ellipse folder, site packages folder, it will maintain. So now let me just do dir. I will just show you quickly. I will just go to lib folder, and within lib, what is that, site packages folder is there. If I just do dir here, you can see it is not just PAP, and we had only these two files earlier, these two directories. But now I have some pillow and then numpy and then so many things. So it has contour, so many things it has installed, whatever dependencies it has. So it is required for matplotlib, everything it has installed. So now I will just come and then I will try to run it. Let me clear the screen. I will try to run the file now. I will just say map. What is that? World map, right? Okay. Now if I run it, probably it will run because matplotlib is available. Okay, what it is saying? Some attribute error. What is that? New figure manager. Okay, there is some attribute error. Let me just see. So let me just run this. Now I am in the command prompt. Now I have this file. Let me just do Python worldmap.py. Okay, good. So now you can see I got a figure with that whatever 10 by 5 size, and then the title is world map, all those things, right? So now we solved one problem here. What is that one problem? Because the matplotlib library was not available, so we were able to install, and you could see that there is in the lib folder under the site packages, we were able to see that once we install the matplotlib, it is able to get everything. Now let me just try to again alter the program to show the world map. So for world map, right, so for any geospatial things, there is a package called, what is that, cartopy, right? So that is available, so we need to import that, cartopy.crs has whatever name, ccrs, any name you can give, any name. So right, once the figure is done, you need to attach this. Let us say axis is equal to figure dot add subplot. I can just create. So we got only plain structure now. I am going to create a subplot within that one with the world map, right, by using that cartopy method. 1 comma, I think we just need to give some coordinates here, and then this code you can just Google it, right? These days I think white coding is also available. Any ccrs, right? ccrs.chartgpt or anything should be able to give you the code. I think this is capital P. The methods are generally capital P. Let me just try. I don't remember exactly, but we'll just try that. Right. So let me just save this, and then I need to give the lines also. If I don't give the lines before lines also, let me just show you. Now I saved the file. Let me run it again. Okay, cartopy. Now it is saying module not found again. This is an error because what I have done here, I have installed a new module. I am trying to import a new module which is not available. So now again I can just do pip install and then do it. And again I can just, if you just go to that site packages within lib, you will be able to see that there are so many things available. So let me just show you one more time. If I just go to site packages here, if I just do a dir, how many things? See, there are 28 directories, 2 files and available. 2 files and 28 directories. But now what I will do is I will just go to the environment and I will try to install, what is that CR? What is that module not found error? cartopy. Now I will install this. So we had 2 files and 28 directories there, but now we will have more, right? So if I just go to lib and then site packages, instead of 2 files and 24 directories, like we got 39 directories now, as you can see, 39 directories. Earlier how many we had? 3 files. Here we had only 29. That means this cartopy also should be there. See, this was not there earlier, right? Contour.py was there, but cartopy was not there, and then so many other things it has installed everything, right? So now I will just go back and then let me clear the screen. I will run the file again, world map file. Okay, let me see if there are any errors now. What is that? Okay. Attribute error. Coptopy.crs has no attribute. Okay, this is where you need to use ID generally. If ID is there, I think you don't have to worry because it will just provide some help automatically. See, maybe, I don't remember, P and C both are capital. Let carry. Okay, let me just save this, run it again. See, that was the problem, both are capital. If it is ID would give you automatically. So now we just have word map and nothing is there so far. Okay, now let me just add the lines also to my code. So how do you add that word map lines? You just have to do access dot coastlines. So there is another method called coastlines. You just have to run that method to get the lines. Okay, so let me save this and then run this again. See, now I got a beautiful world map that is available. You can just save this and then so many options are available. These are all part of matplotlib anyway. Right? So the focus is, don't worry about the program, right? Program, you can write any program. The focus must be on virtual environment creation, right? How I was able to create a virtual environment, how we have written a program and then it gave some no module found error for matplotlib. I was able to install and we are able to run the program successfully, where it has just shown some simple figure, right, with the given dimensions. Then again I try to import another module, Cartopy, but then again if I just use this, again it said no module found error. I was able to install. Now everything is done and then my program is all running fine, right? So similarly, in a real world scenario, whenever you are working in any company, you will have like hundreds of libraries like this, which you may have to install, right? You don't want to install them everything in your environment all the time, in your local environment. You can, the best practice is to create a separate virtual environment like this, and then now once the work is done, I can just come out of the environment and then you can run that third step. First step was to create the environment. Second step was to activate the environment. Once it is activated, we have worked with that environment. We wrote some program and all. Now I came out, deactivate that environment. How do you deactivate? Again, you, within the script that map env folder, scripts folder, there is a deactivate script. We just have to run it. See, now we can see the change, right? Now I am out of my virtual environment. Now you will still have the directory. If you really want to do the cleanup, I can just delete everything, right? What is the command to delete? I think rmdir /s map env. If I just give it, will delete the entire directory. Let me just close this file also. I don't want this, because if you keep it open, it may not delete that entire thing. Okay, rmdir system cannot find the file specified. Okay, what was the command again? I just go back to my this one. What is that? Deactivate optional rmdir /s. Okay, I think it is the reverse S. I gave this phase /s map environment. So it will prompt. If I just use /q also, it will not prompt. So now it is prompting. I can just do delete. Yes. Now if I just do dir, nothing is there. Right? If I go back to my file explorer also, if I go to C and then temp, where is that? Nothing is there. Right? Now your environment is clean. So that's all. That's all I want to show you, how to create a virtual environment, how to activate the virtual environment, and then how to work within that particular virtual environment. And once your work is done, how you can just deactivate the environment and clean up the environment. So that completes one of the item here. If I just go back to the slide, right? So we just completed this particular portion. Again, there is obviously more to it. I cannot complete everything because I think this video has already become a long one. We cannot complete everything in detail, but definitely I hope this gave you some idea about virtual environment and how to work with installing packages, and then how do you deactivate the virtual environment and all. So as I mentioned, I will do more videos to cover the remaining topics like unit testing, code coverage, how to work with code repositories, how to work with notebooks, all these things, right? Containerization, everything. So please make sure to follow the channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye bye.